according to researchers, empathy has 3 levels. The first level is when you understand something on a cognitive level. So it's cognitive empathy. Yeah, I understand what you're going through. I realize you're suffering. So you understand it on an intellectual level. The second level is the emotional empathy. Yes, I not only understand what you're going through, I actually feel it. I feel what you're going through. However, sometimes that feeling, that emotional empathy is so overwhelming that we have to look away. The third type of empathy is compassion. And that is when you feel it, but you don't look away. You help any way you can. A few weeks ago, about 30 minutes before the start of my Mindful Evening program, my dog started barking and my mother started yelling for me. So I went out there, figure out what was going on, and there were some people trying to get into the house with a key. So I go out there, find out what's going on. 2 men standing there talking, and I looked down and there was a neighbor lady that I know, and she's splayed out on the floor. So I go down to her, what's going on, and it turns out she was dead drunk. So I try to make sense of what happened. Apparently, she was on a date. She got confused. She thought my apartment was her apartment, and she was trying to open the door. And she fell, and one of the neighbors was telling them, no, she doesn't live here. So long story short, her date and I bring her into my house, and I put her on my couch, cover her, and pray that she doesn't make any noises and I don't get interrupted in my program. After it was all over, my son happened to be visiting, and by then she started to get a little livelier, and we were finally able to take her home. My son dropped her on the bed. We took her home, dropped her on the bed, and she didn't want to be on the bed. She just kept reaching out for me. And then she started crying. And COVID be damned, I just hugged her. And she was wailing. And I just hugged her really tight. And I could really, really, really feel her pain. And I just held her until she stopped crying. I let her know everything was going to be okay. She was beautiful. She was loved. She went to sleep. We left. And as moved as I was so thankful for that experience. Because I realized when I was leaving her apartment, I not once judged her. On the contrary, I was very concerned about her. And I really, really, really connected with her. And I didn't look away. So I was very thankful for knowing what it really means to be compassionate.